Ronald Reagan, A Life of Leadership and Legacy. Ronald Wilson Reagan, the 40th President of the United States, was a towering figure in American politics and a symbol of conservatism. His life was marked by a remarkable journey from humble beginnings to the highest office in the land, leaving an enduring legacy that continues to shape the nation today. Early life and education. 1911 to 1932, Ronald Reagan was born on February 6, 1911, in Tampico, Illinois. The son of a shoe salesman, he grew up in a modest household. Reagan attended Eureka College, where he studied economics and sociology. During his time there, he excelled as a football player and became involved in student government. Acting career, 1932 to 1966. After graduating from college, Reagan moved to Hollywood and pursued a career in acting. He signed a contract with Warner Brothers in 1937 and went on to star in over 50 films. Reagan's acting skills and charisma earned him a large following and a reputation as one of Hollywood's most popular leading men. Political awakening. In the 1960s, Reagan became increasingly involved in politics. He was a vocal critic of the liberal policies of the Democratic Party and emerged as a prominent conservative voice. In 1964, he delivered his famous speech entitled A Time for Choosing, which called for a return to traditional American values. Governor of California, 1967 to 1975. Reagan's political career took off when he was elected governor of California in 1966. As governor, he implemented conservative policies, such as tax cuts and deregulation. Reagan's leadership during the Watts riots in 1965 and the student protests at the University of California, Berkeley, earned him a reputation as a strong and decisive leader. Presidential campaigns. 1976 to 1980. Reagan ran for president in 1976 but lost to incumbent Gerald Ford. In 1980, he challenged President Jimmy Carter and won in a landslide victory. Reagan's election marked a major shift in American politics, ushering in a new era of conservatism. Presidency. 1981 to 1989. As president, Reagan pursued an ambitious agenda centered on economic recovery, national defense, and reducing the role of government. He implemented sweeping tax cuts, known as Reaganomics, which aimed to stimulate economic growth. Reagan also increased military spending to counter the Soviet Union during the Cold War. Foreign policy. During the Cold War, Reagan took a hard line against the Soviet Union, calling it an evil empire. He engaged in a diplomatic standoff with the Soviet leader, Mikhail Gorbachev, and pursued a policy of peace through strength. Reagan's efforts contributed to the eventual collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. In 1981, Reagan was shot and wounded in an assassination attempt by John Hinckley Jr. Reagan's quick thinking and the efforts of his security detail saved his life. The assassination attempt further endeared him to the American public and cemented his image as a tough and courageous leader. Iran-Contra affair. 1985 to 1987. In 1985, Reagan became embroiled in the Iran-Contra affair, a scandal involving the secret sale of arms to Iran in exchange for the release of American hostages. Reagan denied any knowledge of the arms sales, but the scandal tarnished his reputation. Later years and legacy. 1989 to 2004. After leaving office in 1989, Reagan remained active in public life. He founded the Ronald Reagan Presidential Library and Museum in Simi Valley, California. In 1994, he was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease, which gradually impaired his memory and cognitive abilities. Ronald Reagan passed away on June 5, 2004 at the age of 93. Legacy. Ronald Reagan is widely regarded as one of the most consequential presidents in American history. His conservative policies, his leadership during the Cold War, and his inspiring rhetoric left a profound impact on the nation. Reagan's legacy continues to be debated and celebrated, with many Americans still drawing inspiration from his message of limited government, free markets, and American exceptionalism.